So I'm going to rework this piece, and it's going to be interesting if I can maintain some camera angles or not. We're just going to try because some people have said, "Hey, could you just do a video while you're actually working some piece?" And I say, "Sure, why the heck not? This is kind of how things roll around here. Not without much plan, but we're making that 2026 art floral calendar. And at this point, maybe it'll just be something that people can download and I can send them download, or maybe I'll have a link to put one of these paper calendars together. But I don't know. Hi. Um, this will be my 10th floral painting, and I'm taking this old Picasso-based painting. It was a woman, and she was kind of like a flower woman, but I don't know. She had like really big circle boobs here, and I didn't like it. So even though that's how Picasso had something like it. So I'm going to rework this and make this into kind of some kind of flower lady, some flower girl. And maybe this'll work for, uh, one of the floral paintings to add to my 2026 calendar. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I was gonna do a live feed from that big painting on the wall. I have a new canvas up there, and I haven't quite decided how to stream that. But these are my big problems of today, what I need to solve. And if those are the biggest problems I need to solve for today, well, then we're in a pretty good space. So I am not complaining. Uh, huh. If you have questions, I can look on the chat from time to time to see what people have, anything fun and exciting to contribute or to ask about process. This is acrylic paint on Arches paper. I had another painting under here. You might be able to see it. I'm painting over it because I need 2 more floral paintings for my 2026 calendar. And I don't know, after I look at some old paintings after a while, they haven't sold, they haven't found a home, they haven't been gifted. And it's time to change it up. So this old gal's getting a remake today. And I don't like odd numbers, so maybe I'll add a fifth leaf here. Kind of feel like Bob Ross, happy little trees come up here, some up there. They can come up wherever they want, right? It's all about what you want to do. If you have questions, I don't know where this is going, but I have an idea here. Maybe I'll give her little rosebuds or something as hair. That might be fun. Give her some more leaves here, maybe one here. It is funny when you talk and paint, you're like talking to people that you can't see. Or I was watching I was watching a Bob Ross episode the other day. I think it was like on one of those channels like Pluto TV or something, where you can get basically like you can binge watch Bob Ross Brady Bunch, whatever crazy stuff you wanna watch. So I was watching Bob Ross yesterday. Oh, let's see. That's sad. Let's give it some blue, shall we? Why not? See where this goes? It's not a bad blue. Can't, not miss what else is gonna happen here, but maybe I'll just go over those and sacrifice those. Can always bring them back if I want to. I mean, to me, this is really the only way to paint is not to have a plan, for better, for worse. Um, yeah, yeah, see, I should have done blue first, so these will all get sacrificed. I'll have to come back and build those up because I can't get what I want with those perfect little circles there. So you just paint over it. Just imagine. I'll just channel Bob Ross. Those pretty little leaves, they can come back whenever I want to bring them back. Because when you're painting, you can do whatever you want. Okay, so if this is how she's gonna be, and she pretty much is a she, there, that's a little bit better. Okay, I'm feeling this now. Good. This feels a little bit more doable. There, see? Okay. So this is more there. It's funny. I don't know how many of you people are watching actually paint. I know some of you do. I know Lou Stein paints. Anyway, when you start something, then you're like, oh, that's not going to go the way I want it to. That's the great thing about painting. You just cover it up. I had all these great little green circles here. Now they're letting those go. Okay. I like this layout better, I guess. There. That's better. There. That's better. Okay. I think that was what I needed to do. And not worry about how many flowers, because this is all make believe anyway, right? I mean, who cares? So I'm more interested in making a composition that makes sense, I guess, in my mind, whatever that means, right? Balance. Okay, so hey there. Listen, do you guys have input? What color? I'll take. If you guys have inputs here, maybe I'll just like put little roses around her head. Maybe I'll put. This is the deal. So I'm going to move the camera for a second. This These are all these paintings. So this painting isn't gonna really fit well with this series, but we'll see what happens. So I've made these, which I've shown on other live videos. That's kinda like the style that I'm doing, so this is trash. This uh, hmm. So, I'm gonna try to marry a style here of what's going on with my Picasso and spider kind of floral lady with these. Uh, maybe I'll pull something like this. That might make sense. These little roses, I can do those here, and that might be fun. I also did hibiscus. Uh, I do flowers, but I do make-believe flowers. I love your teal. Thank you. I love the teal. Like, I am go-go for I do teal. I mean, look at this. That's all I do. Probably should break out. Teal and blue, teal and blue. This is the big canvas that I haven't started yet, but I'd like to do a live on this thing. I mean, this puppy is like 60 by 80. So I'm gonna do another live stream from this. I don't know if that's something I should schedule or this is the extent of my grand studio. Well, I say grand because it's small and it's in my home, but I love it because I have this huge wall. But enough for chatting. Let's get back to that painting over here. So teals and greens, yes. I love teals and greens and hot pink. I guess if I only had to paint with 3 other colors moving forward, teals, greens, hot pink. Okay, so this one we might need to let dry. I've got some acrylic paint here. Maybe we'll see if this can roll out. Usually when I do with filmings of these, I make time lapses. Love the time lapse. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully I don't lose the shape of these too much. I kind of like the shape of those. So I hope everybody who's 6 people, thank you so much. I always, I'm just always over the moon that people even are interested, and when they like tune in to watch, I think it's great. I wish it was more interactive, but I keep trying to figure out what's the best way to do this. Do you want to do Substack? I don't know if you guys have feedback. There's YouTube Live, of course, there's Instagram Live. I'm trying to get away from there's so much crap on Instagram and I love YouTube, but to run a YouTube Live, I don't know. I know people do it, but maybe I'll just do a couple of these. Yes, me too. Perfect palette. Thank you. I love it. Yeah, perfect palette. And that celery, I love that kind of lime green. One time I painted my bedroom lime green. I love lime green. I think I had a lime green kitchen too. Old school back in the day. Now this is Lou, you're probably laughing at me. I mean, this is not really a school way to work here. My paint's pretty thick, and it would be nice if I could have a hair dryer to move this process along. But actually, that's not a bad idea. It's funny because I'm just sitting here talking to myself, but you guys are there. Like, it's new every time for me. My husband's always making this joke. Laurie, it's new for you every time. It's like, what's that movie with 150 first dates or whatever. Life is new for me every day. I have daily amnesia. These are kind of fun little leaves. I went to my girlfriend's the other day. She's got this great space where she sells some of her she, she has her paintings there. Her husband has an office. It's in downtown Sarasota. It's a really great location. And, she had a bunch of paintings in storage there. And, I was just thinking, "Oh god," I was so thankful I didn't have as much work as she did. That's just like, do you have to find storage for? So I'm really trying to get rid I'm trying to find homes for all my paintings because I'm just in one of those places where I don't wanna store them anymore, and, um, I don't know, maybe I can find a way to reuse some of them, which I have reused canvases. I just paint over 'em. If I've had a painting for more than a couple years and they haven't sold, then, like, let's repurpose the canvas and move it along. That's cool. I'm glad you guys I do too. I love watching other people paint. I love watching people, like, palette knife paint. I think that's a little bit more exciting than this, but I'm just glad you guys are hanging in, and you have to go on with the rest of your lives today. I'm just grateful you signed in. Wednesday, I'm doing another for you guys that are on now, if you wanna log in on Wednesday, you can just leave me a message. I'm leading a creative, expressive arts group, so it's where we work out of journals, and I give a prompt. That's gonna be on Wednesday. If anybody wants to join here, you can just leave me a comment, and I'll send you the Zoom link. It's Wednesday the 17th from 9 to 10, sorry, it's from 10 to 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, I'm going to go with this next. Fluorescent pink. This golden paint is like for Robert. He doesn't paint much. I don't know. Robert, have you ever painted? Like, if you painted, when would the last time you painted been? Um, this golden paint for me is like the Cadillac. It's a great paint, anyways, my point. And that's what this brand is. Somebody gifted me golden paint, and it was such a huge gift. Let's see how these little, where's it turning? I'm having a feeling, even if this paint is thick, that I might want to prep these. Well, who cares? If I have to paint them twice, or I could always use a mark. Once the paint dries, I could use a paint pen marker to do the little highlights. I think that's probably what I'll end up doing. Mm, okay, this can be like her heart, kinda, sorta, maybe here. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just go do a couple more of these. Oh, 11 should have an odd. I like odd numbers. Put it right here. Okay. So that might oh, I don't know. Let's put one up here. Now I've got 12. Oh, crisis. Crisis. Now what am I gonna do? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. Mm, shoot, be here. All right. That's good for that. With extra paint, I have these like folded pieces of paper. So if I have extra like palette knife paint, I just kind of use them as use these cards as like a way to offload some extra paint, but not to waste it. I'm like, let's say this one other time, but it's still, I'm still laughing about this. So the wasting paint comment. So this last week I uploaded, like every day I try to upload a short from the studio here from this workspace to YouTube. And it's like something I usually do in my sketchbook that takes, I don't know, half hour. I don't, just something. And it usually has like a hashtag make art every day, la 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 la. Okay, so I was doing so I was offloading extra paint here. So I was doing that, and on one of my shorts, it was a painting that I had up on the wall over there. Somebody was commenting in Spanish, and I don't read Spanish. I can speak some, but it's pretty limited. And I was like wondering what they were saying. Well, the comments were really like they were a bunch of insults. Like, what do you what the hell is that? Was one of the comments. And then the same person was like, uh, you're wasting paint and you it's I know what I said, well, it's abstract art. And this person responded, I know what abstract art is, and this isn't it, or something like that. And I'd be more interested in watching a candle in the dark than your artwork. So, what's great, you put yourself out there, you gotta be able to accept all kinds of feedback, even if it's less than kind, helps me. I got I was like, "What the hell is that kinda comment?" And then I thought, "Well, somebody's just trolling YouTube and expressing their opinion, so they thought my work was a sub subpar." So, which is not the first time that's happened. I get it, my work isn't for everybody. Helps me practice. I was saying it helps me practice grace for not going off on some stranger because they don't like my paintings. Who cares? Okay, she seems a little sweeter now, even though I don't really need that extra. Or you gave her like 2, because this would be where her brow line is, but I gave her a little higher eyebrow. She's just a little sweet flower, this one. Hmm. Okay, that might be it. Hi, Margaret Williams. Thank you for joining. I was just working on this little piece here. I do think I need to let this dry. Um, because if I keep working this, it's just gonna go to mud. Oh, wait, let me see here. Maybe not. Sorry. Sorry with the camera. She's just a sweet little flower plant. Yeah, this is too thick, but that's okay. Maybe I'll just take the extra paint and make smaller ones. That's not a bad thought. Mm, I don't know. Sometimes I take things a little too far. Yeah, see, now I don't like that. Welcome, Eric's Corner. Welcome, Margaret. We're painting on the fly without a. Well, the only plan was to make this woman. She's not a woman. Make her. She's like a flower figure. Oh, that's better. It's better. I don't like these little ones that I just put in here. They'll come out. Oh, yeah, and I don't see what happens when you're working, you're thinking, I don't want to overthink this. Oops. I don't want to give you guys a headache if I keep bumping the camera. Hmm. Mm, I don't know if I'm a fan of that pink there or not now. I do know what's kind of a safety net is this color. Oh, sure. Yeah, it could be. Eric, thank you guys for your wonder. Thank you guys for watching. I'm just appreciative for you guys to watch. She does. That would be, yeah. Alice in Wonderland, sure. She does kind of feel like that. Okay, so I've made what I'm considering an error here. Not an error. Bob Ross would say happy little mistake. Back the camera up a little bit. This I want. Let's see what that does. Okay, I don't know if that's going to work either. I feel like I need to come back to that turquoise. Yeah, I'm thinking so. It's not bad. Palette knives are so much fun to paint with, but they're so particular. It's like you get started and they're so, uh, what's the word? Sensitive. Obviously, the texture. You have any kind of texture underneath it. And you got to kind of like tease it along. Yeah, that's not so bad. It's not so bad. That's not so bad. Search. Robert's traveled. If Robert's still on here, I don't know if he is, but he's traveled with me before, and he knows when I get excited, my voice gets louder. Start. Okay, that's better. Better, 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 better. I don't know. I think that pink is almost too hot pink, but that's okay because you know what? When that dries, I'm gonna take paint pens over that. So I'm not worried about that problem. I'm not worried about. And then once I pull the paint here, we'll pull the tape, sorry. It'll be a whole other level of mystery and suspense. Mystery and suspense. I really wanna just take a hairdryer to this, but I don't want to blow you guys out of the water with that. So maybe I'm gonna add a little bit of this in here. This is a phthalo turquoise, again, golden paint, again, Cadillac of paints. I had a really great friend. I mean, this paint is just my favorite, and I had a friend gift me a bunch of this golden paint, and it's just hands down my favorite paint to work with. The color is so beautiful, and it's not chalky. The pigments are just really I was a kid in a kid in a candy store. If you've unleashed me with a unlimited budget at Golden Art Supply, I'd be in seventh heaven. Okay, let's see if we can't bring these leaves with this turquoise a little bit. I probably shouldn't have put so much there. Oh, that'll work. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. Cool. I think it would make my life much easier if I would just put some paint on a palette, but I didn't prepare a palette today. I just was like, let's just go live and see what happens. Then, not that I can't get a palette out. It's just this funny experience. I don't know if anybody else. Hi, Jane Lane Horton. Art, thank you for joining. Hi, Eric. I'm going to read a comment for a second. I like it when I get lost in my project and it feels like it makes itself through me and stuff. Yes, Eric, I'm with you. Yeah, I don't plan 90% of my paintings. I just do them. Like this one wasn't planned other than I was looking at her today. I probably painted this. It was a copy of a Picasso, one of Picasso's paintings when he was with his lover Francois. And I don't know if he ever married Francois or not. If she ended up being one of his wives, you guys know. You can leave it in the messages. But anyway, he painted Francois a lot, and with these kind of he would make her into these floral creatures. I think he was kindest to, well, maybe his first wife, he was the kindest to her as far as when I say kind, I mean in representing them in art. Mary Therese to me was one of also, I think he married her. She was this really young girl that he started an affair with when I think she was like 16 or 17. He was probably 40. And and he met her at the beach. This girl, Mary Therese, I think was her name. And he always depicted her with this huge nose, and I've seen photos of her, and she doesn't. I mean, he really gave her this every time he was huge, like, I'm sure phallic or some kind of phallic thing in a lot of his work. But with Francois, he would make her in this sweet way with these flowers sometimes. But so I'm reworking. I'm losing my thought here because I'm painting. See, I don't usually think and paint at the same time, which is why I love painting. You just get lost in it. You don't have to think at all. You just follow. You follow your brush. But so I had this painting of Francois. I think it was during COVID. Now that I've put that there, I don't want that there. But here. And this was paint. This one was I've got a couple left of Picasso knockoffs because I was just copying art out of art books during COVID. At home, I'd sit home and reproduce Van Gogh paintings. I'd reproduce Picasso paintings. I'd reproduce Frida Kahlo paintings in my sketchbooks. And so this is one of those that was left over that ended up not selling or gifting or whatever. So she's getting a new life today. A new life as a painting. Wouldn't that be nice if we could just paint ourselves a interesting existence? My husband and I went for a walk this morning out. We live in an area called Palmetto, Florida, which is north of Sarasota, south of Tampa. And I'm really looking forward to winter because the temperature is finally dropping here. I mean, it's still it's probably going to reach 90 again today, but this morning it was 70. Boy, it has not been 70. I can't tell you the last time it was 70 degrees outside. So we went for a walk in this nature preserve, and it was just nice to get out. And we don't have a lot of I was reading a lot of, yeah, get out this weekend, touch grass, go be close to nature, other ways that people can heal and feel inspired in these crazy, crazy times we are living in. And the more I'm on the internet, it makes me frustrated. But look at this, I'm on the internet with you guys, and I'm having a great time. Thanks for staying on. I still have 10 people. I mean, that's 10 people that are watching me paint, even if you hang on for 2 seconds. I appreciate you. Okay, so I think we're gonna stop Miss Floral Girl for today because I need to, um, thank you, No Limits, No Barriers, Jane Horton, Margaret Williams. Thank you guys all for logging in here. I'm gonna need to let this pink paint dry, and then I'll finish this. It's only about 8 by 10. It's tiny. I'm gonna let these dry, and I'll come back with a marker, maybe a paint. I've got these great Posca paint pens, and do some detail with those. Like, this is all Posca paint pen, those white lines. This blue is Posca. That purple is Posca. So I'm thinking I'm gonna let this dry. Just chill out, relax. Thanks, Robert, for tuning in. I really appreciate you doing that. And then I'll post a picture here uh, when it's finished. But I love the tape pull, so I'll do a little video of the tape pull because that's always fun, right at the end. Thanks, guys. Let's see. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you very much. Oh, and I'll do some more of these. I like it as a way to connect with people, and, you get to see in this little space that I work in, and, yeah, I can see everyone who logged in, and I appreciate you all, and I love a good table. I'll, um I'll make a video of that, why not? And if you guys find it and see it, great. Have a beautiful, blessed day, and again, I'm getting ready to start on this beast, so wish me luck. Bye, kids.